Well, Premier David Eby reacting to the federal election results today, urging all the new MPs to find common ground in pushing back against U.S. President Donald Trump. For more, let's check in with Rob Shaw at the BC Legislature. Rob, what do the election results mean for the BC government?
Well, Stacey, the BC government would have preferred and is happy with a federal Liberal victory. You heard in Mary's story there, that housing policy. The NDP government here in BC generally agrees with that housing policy, and the fact that the Conservatives did not win federally avoids a showdown over drug addiction policies with the BC government as well. But most importantly, the BC government's perspective here means stability from the same Prime Minister, the same cabinet, the same committees, working groups, all those BC-Ottawa relationships in place the last few months to respond to U.S. President Donald Trump and his tariffs and the Canadian kind of counter plan that BC is part of. It is, though, a massive political disappointment for the NDP, which watched its federal wing of the party basically disintegrate into dust last night. Here's David Eby on that today.
It was a tough night for our federal cousins, there's no question about it. What I'm hearing from British Columbians is they are all in for Canada. They want us to stand up to Donald Trump. They want us to strengthen our economy and protect their jobs, expand the opportunities for good-paying jobs, to ensure they're able to afford the basics, including housing, and that we have strong public services. And I'm keen to work with Prime Minister Carney to deliver that in partnership with the federal government.
British Columbia now carved up in a fairly similar way to last year's provincial election results. Rural BC, the North Island, the Fraser Valley, all conservative right, while the major urban population centres, Metro Vancouver, Victoria, go Liberal, and then there is just a tiny smattering of Greens as well. The Premier reiterating today what he said he has told Mark Carney directly already. He wants an immediate meeting of premiers to remove interprovincial trade barriers. He expects a fairer share of federal funding for British Columbia, and he wants BC's softwood lumber industry protected like Ontario's auto sector. BC Conservative leader John Rustad today, meanwhile, reflecting on how the federal Conservative campaigns came close but not quite over that line on election night, which mirrored his own provincial journey last year.
It is the largest percentage vote that the Conservative Party of Canada has received in almost 40 years. So it was significant in terms of that. When you look at particularly in British Columbia and some of the results here, very close races in so many ridings, as well, of course, is the breakthrough. But I think part of this as well, we need to recognize that we have never seen a worse result for the NDP in Canadian history.
If we're not sticking together, then we're going to get eaten for lunch. And so I see that strength in our unity. I'm proud of the unity I've seen across the country. And my expectation is for all the new MPs, for all the re-elected MPs, for the Prime Minister, for all the premiers, for all the people in the country to be standing together for our country.
Also today, Eby asked if he has any interest in replacing federal NDP leader Jagmeet Singh, who announced last night his resignation. A hard no today from Eby, although never say never in politics. He did say the next NDP leader federally is going to have to go back to the grassroots, start over again, work across the country to rebuild, get in touch with the working class voter that the NDP has lost touch with. Stacey, something actually the BC NDP pledged to do last year as well. So maybe a bit of overlap there between the two NDPs as they listen to the results of last night's vote.